All right, everyone. So I hate to say we called it, but man, did we call this one. Paul Heyman screws over both CM Punk and Roman Reigns and sides with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins wins the triple threat main event of WrestleMania Day 1. And this sets up so much moving forward, right? We don't know how they're going to take this. Could it be a feud between either one? It looks like there's going to be a feud between the three, but Paul Heyman is now even more in the center of this. And the amazing part about this is that it takes Paul Heyman from someone who appears to be kind of a sympathetic figure, right? Just some loyal guy who's in between two people that are his friends, and the tribal chief and CM Punk, and now it makes him like, actually, this guy's power hungry. Actually, this guy is willing to screw over anybody to get ahead in the business. And I think that's a phenomenal way of telling the story. But what WWE has done is they took main event Day 1 and they made it into a massive, massive event. Up until this match, there was a lot of really good matches. I had no problem. Jey Uso winning was a big deal. All of that. But what did we tell you in a video probably a month ago, maybe even 2 months ago? I said pay attention to where the match is put. If it's put in the main event, you know something big is going to happen. And what did we see? Something major happened. So I don't know where they're going to go from here, because they could go, like I said, Roman versus Seth. You can go Roman versus CM Punk versus Seth. Do they want to get them in the championship? Do they want this to be for a championship? There is so much here that they could do. I'm just still in a state of shock. But this is why I'm loving this current era of WWE. Triple H and really the whole team and the wrestlers included, it's like they're just able to tell these stories in such a great way. And they know exactly how to really tug at the heartstrings and really shock people. And they're not scared to shock people over and over and over again. A lot of times people will think, well, we don't want to overdo it, right? We don't want to do it too much. Last year, they shocked everybody. This year, on night 1, they shocked everybody. This had the same feeling, and we talk about this all the time, of like The Undertaker last year in terms of excitement. Now, it wasn't maybe quite that level because The Undertaker was so out of left field. It was so shocking. But this one was pretty much up there. And I think it made the whole show. It really did. And, I think we talk a lot about the negatives of the 2-night WrestleManias, right? Like, I do think there's a lot of negatives in it because there's just so many matches now. It's so much you have to put on that, as much as I love watching both nights, I think sometimes you do get issues, right? You just run into a lot of different issues because it's like, okay, you have to fill all of this time. So you're going to have those times that aren't that great, especially on night 1. However, what we saw between CM Punk and what we saw between Seth Rollins, what we saw between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman in this main event is the exact reason why you split it up into 2 nights. Because you couldn't pull this off on a 1-night WrestleMania unless you put it in the main event. And when you have John Cena, when you have Cody Rhodes going head to head, and that's going to be the main event, and you're not putting even a match as big as this in that main event spot. And so you can't have this kind of major twist at Mania, because you would never want to have this and then like, oh, we're going to go into the next match. You can't do that, right? This needs to be a main event where a twist like this goes down, and it worked so well. This was so good. This was just phenomenal. And I'm going to be looking forward to seeing where they go with this. I really am. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time.